Hello there. I'm here again to see what's going on. Can you believe that I still got videos and I'm just recording a new one for you guys? I cannot believe that. So I'm trying to get ahead of myself. Let's say it that way. And just want to see if everything's working. I don't know why it's not. So, but yeah, it's working. So that's good. Okay, let's start with the interesting part. Let's start recording more videos for you guys. And if someone pop it up in the middle, I'm probably gonna respond them in the middle as well. Like before I finish the video that I was doing. So let's start. Hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of This Is My Opinion. I'm your only host, Kyle. Thank you so much for everyone who's following me. And what are we going to talk about it today? As you guys already see in the title, we're going to talk about Like a Dragon Ishin. Uh, again, why that did I bring these games for you guys? Because PlayStation, yay! Yeah, I played that game for free on the PS5, so that's why I usually bring those ones because it's the games that I finish it. I really like to finish a game before bringing to you guys, just for me to have like my whole opinion about a game. And what is oh uh, let's go game ranks. What is Like a Dragon Ishin? So Like a Dragon Ishin is a spin-off series. Why you're saying series if it's just one game? Because Like a Dragon Ishin is a remake uh the of a spin-off of Yakuza. So I think they're gonna bring the second game as well because the end of this game is a cliffhanger. So they can if they could. I would play the sequel if if it is for free. Yes. If it is not, no. Because the whole thing is it's basically a Yakuza on Edo period, I guess. I don't know much about the history of Japan, but it's basically in the era of the samurais. Barely a couple years since the Portuguese go there like to sell the firearms. But again, the gameplay style is Yakuza. So if you like Yakuza, probably you're gonna like this game. That was my thought going in. And this story, of course, as always and as every single Yakuza, is gorgeous. It's so well made, and you have like such a good characters. And to be in a spin-off, they basically took all the cast, the amazing cast from Yakuza, and put them on a play like play like scenario. They are interpreting the historical figures from this era. So the protagonist of the Yakuza series, uh, Ryu, Kiryu, he is basically the main character again, playing another, like the actor of Ryu is playing another role on the same universe. Uh, uh, it is interesting because you can see like familiar faces and you can relate their personalities to the new characters, so that's fun. Like Mashima, it's really fun, like seeing this crazy dude doing more normal stuff, but he's still crazy. And the gameplay is like always. You go from point A to point B, do missions, talk to people, fight, and fight a lot. But the differences is on this game you can punch guys, you can use your sword, you can use a gun, and instead of fighting styles like the fighting style of the tiger, the crane, the snake, etc., you have the fighting style, basically the weapons that you can use. So you can punch, you can use your sword, use your gun, and use a mix with a sword and gun. The problem is, I don't think the game is very balanced. In the beginning of the game, guns were overpowered because you can just stay from afar and shoot away and everyone melts. In the end of the game, I just use swords because every single other of my weapons don't deal damage. And the problem is to upgrade your weapons costs so much money in game that it's not even worth it. The game is not easy, but it's not hard. You need to do like a couple of extra missions to get like more money to upgrade your gear, but you can just stock them on healing items and just pass through the bosses. So let's see some gameplays
Hey,
from Game Ranks because I love those guys. You see, the game is beautiful. They really made the game ground up. It's a remake. It's not just a remaster. And you see like the very good thing on the Yakuza series. So you see the movement on the streets and you can see the life in the city. So that's always a really good thing that you can see on this series. And the story is there. The fights are interesting, but again, I really prefer like the fighting styles from the original Yakuza series because I don't think that those fighting styles are balanced. And you have those missions that you basically have to go in the same hideout that is a dungeon to kill bandits or rescue gold or some kind of random shit they think just to get these cards that is basically your troops that help you to get like different buffs and everything. You need to do a couple of those because those missions are the ones that you really get the money from so you can upgrade your weapons. I spent so much time doing that and I didn't like it because it's the same old thing. It's the same map, just go straight. Oh, you already have the map on the dungeon, so you don't need to discover new things. You don't have very interesting happens. So you have like a lot of mobs in front of you, just kill everything, just go straight to the end, get your money, handstand repeat. So I really think that is a bit sad because you have potential. If you have more maps, if you have more possibilities, instead of it's just doing the same thing over and over again, and it's kind of boring because you go with these arenas and you face up the same guys over and over again. The difference is because now in the end you have a boss, and this boss he is basically a damage sponge. So doesn't matter how much you hit the guy, he keeps his health up. So you basically have like to keep doing and doing and doing and hitting and hitting and hitting until you just get tired. And yeah, I finished the game because of the story. Because the story you follow the story of uh, Yoma and infiltrating on this new city and getting up on the ranks and having your own squad, getting the trust for everybody because they basically are like the police on this city. Police. And then again, if you like Yakuza, I don't know why you're still waiting my score, but if you like Yakuza, you're gonna play that game if you didn't play already. And I it's another Yakuza game. I don't know how else can I explain that. It's similar to Judgment too, but Yeah, I give it a 7. A 7, why? Because I have my moments of fun. Like the story boss battles are always awesome. You really feel like I'm not gonna say like a samurai, but you feel like a thug that have a katana. So it's good, I guess. And the story is great. The music is awesome. The graphics are nice. It's not, oh my god, that's gorgeous, but it's not bad. So I think that's passable. But the problem is the combat and the gameplay loop. Even though it's fun for a couple of times, after a moment you're just doing the same old combo over and over again because you discover that is the best way to kill the bad guys. And you just did that until the end. Use a ton of healing items to save yourself from the brink of death. Look for the best scouts in the game, and then you won. That's it. And you have a continuation. Good luck on the second one because it's a huge cliffhanger from the first one. And yeah, I think that's it for Like a Dragon Ishin or Ryugakoto Ishin. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what is your opinion and if you think Like a Dragon is an interesting game and what is your favorite Yakuza. Yeah, that's the good things to know. So bye bye. See you on the next one. Hello everybody. I didn't see you there. And now I have a good slash bad game to talk with you guys. As you already know, I'm a huge Gundam fan, and I got there. You got guy from behind. What do you want to ask? Did you watch any Gundam? No, but I really like giant robots, and I think that's may make me a Gundam fan as much as the next guy. I guess. And for that, we're gonna review today Bandai Namco SD Gundam Battle Alliance. So this is like a SD Gundam. So in Gundams you have the normal Gundam, so it's like the animes that you have like the big robots, and you have SD that is basically a cheap version of Gundam. And we're gonna watch it on watch the gameplay for our IGN friends. Thank you, IGN. And again, I get this game because the PlayStation give it for free. Thank you, PlayStation. But I was thinking about buying this game. Thank God that I didn't buy the game. Not because it's a bad game, but because they give it for free. Thank you, PlayStation. And the game is basically you select your favorite Gundam, you go to the story missions that I just skipped all the story missions. Yes, I know. I don't want to know about the story. I don't want to know about I mean, I grasp the concept is basically a multiversal type of shit that is basically you're from another dimension and you go to the Gundam stories because someone is messing up with the timeline and you need to fix it, basically. And then you go there, select your favorite Gundam, fight away hordes and hordes of enemy, fight away against bosses. And why I don't think that game is very good. I spent, I think, kind of 20 hours, 30 hours in it, trying to unlock like my favorite Gundams, like Barbatos or the Gundam Wing, or even though they are like Gundam Zeta, and you have a lot Unicorn and everything. But the thing is a repetitive gameplay loop. You have your weapons, and you have your health bar, and you have your special. Special, you need to charge it up, use it, huge damage, cinematic, and everything. Guns from afar, and you have like a basic combo like light attack, heavy attack, dodge, jump. So it's like a beat 'em up, a Gundam beat 'em up. That's why the easiest way that I can describe it, and it's not bad. You really feel like you're controlling uh toys because it looks like toys. You're hitting things. Your response like toys. They are very light, and you don't feel like everything, like all the scenarios look huge, and you just go through the story of Gundams. You have like a bunch of different timelines, different Gundam series. You're fighting through a lot of your favorite shows, fighting against your favorite Gundams to get their parts. It's not parts; it's like fragments, so you can use them in battle, upgrade your level and everything. But the gameplay is when once you unlock your Gundam, you have everything on it. So that's a good thing. The bad thing is the difficulty in the game is not related to how you play it, but what is your level. So how hard is a mission is basically a numbers game. Why I like to say that is a numbers game is basically you see here. Once you're level 7, let's say like that, you're gonna the damage that you're gonna hit is like 98, and the enemy has 10,000 of life points. So you need to hit the guy a lot, or have like 1,000. Let's say more fair. Have like 1,000. So you need to hit the guy 10 times for killing the enemy. If the enemy is higher level than you, he's gonna have 10,000 health points. His attack is gonna cost you 500. So it's basically a numbers game. The artificial intelligence, the AI from the enemies is turn on the kill sites. So they gonna try to kill you however they could, and you don't have any strategies. You just go forward, kill everything that is on site, you complete the mission, go to the next one, hence and repeat. You have different maps. I think that is good because you have like priority on the games side, but you're still doing the same thing over and over and over again for like more than 30 hours to complete like the main story. I try like to do hard because when you're selecting your mission, I don't know if they show, but you need to select if you're gonna play on hard, medium, or easy. And the only difference is the enemies that you face. That is a good thing because you're creating using the same map but different enemies. But most importantly, the level of them. So if it is easy, they're like level 3. If there is medium, they're level 5. If there is hard, that's like level 9 or something like that. And you just need to do it over and over again. Fight, kill the guys, level up, use the money in game. Sorry, use the money in game to purchase more level. Now you're stronger. Now you can go to the next level that should have like a level cap or anything. You don't have any progression. The Gundam game that I'm playing right now. So this is a good beat 'em up, 3D beat 'em up, if you're into Gundam, because you can just go there, uh, kill some guys, spend like 1 hour playing, and then move on. So it's a good game to have in the background, but it's not a complex game. The game that I'm playing right now is Gundam Breaker 4. So this Gundam Breaker 4 is a phenomenal game. They did the similar thing to this one, but in this one you have a lot more of custom ability that you can custom more your own Gundams. This is not. I'm gonna review this game when I finish. I'm playing it right now, so soon, I guess. But it's really nice because of the amount of things that you can do. When this game, you're basically stuck with the accurately models, so you just need to use the ones they are given to you. This one, you're free. You can create anything that your dirty minds can imagine, and it's amazing. The custom things that you can do in this game is one of the best things. Like just for customization, and you can use those custom Gundams that have like different armors and everything. Similar to Armored Core, I already have like five or six different types of robots that I use for different types of missions with their own lore. And because the game is different, is separate in chapters, so I have going out of my way. The review is for this one. This one, I'm gonna give it a 7. Again, I didn't pay much attention in the story. You can hit me if you want. You can tell me in the comments saying, "You missed the best part. This story is supposed to be the greatest thing ever. Why? Why you didn't watch Gundam 2? Doesn't make sense." I know. I like robots and I like the story. I just scared of Gundam because they're so compact. I know that you can watch every series independently. I just come on, man. Let me be free. And that's why I'm gonna give it a 7 for Gundam Battle Alliance. And it's not worth it. 80 bucks Canadian. But if you can find these games, like these games specifically, these games, uh, this game specifically, for around 20, 10 to 15 bucks, I think you go in and you like Gundams and you like beat 'em ups. I think you're gonna have fun because the Gundams are there, the enemies are squishy, and you can just hit away and spend your time having fun. So yeah, I think that's why I'm gonna give it a 7. So 7. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Tell me about your favorite Gundam. Tell me about what is your favorite Gundam game. Are you interested in watching my review of new Gundam Breaker? And yeah, thank you so much. See you on the next one. Hello, hello, hello. I see you there that time. I can see in your eyes. And my I have like a sniper view. No, that's terrible. I'm sad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The game after that thing, I think you already read the title. We're gonna talk about Sniper Elite 5, another game from Sniper Elite series. What I think about it? That game shouldn't have been called Sniper Elite 5. Why I'm saying that? I played that game with my friend Arthur, and we really, really try to be snipers. But in every single mission of that game, there's a point that we just give up on sniping guys. Just take our machine guns that you have on your character and shoot away. So become like a COD game. The fun part is it was multiplayer, so we basically play the whole game together and have fun with. The problem is, it's not a sniper game. And you can say, actually, you didn't use the maps correctly. My guy, if I needed to research the fucking game to play it, it's not a good game. I admit it. Like on this specific mission, the mission that you have to infiltrate this castle. It was great. It start solid, and you just need to go straight in the bridge and then shooting away. Be careful with your surroundings so that nobody notices that you kill a guy right next to him. But the problem is, once we clear like all this passage here until this city, because you have this bridge, a city, and a castle, we could not find and we are start the mission outside the city. So we start the mission here, like really far away from the mission itself. And the thing is, again, game for free by PlayStation. Thank you so much, PlayStation. But the thing is, once we clear all this area, we needed to go to the city. And once you're in the city, you don't have places to snipe out, or not easy to access place to snipe players out. So we're basically humble our way through every single thing. And when you enter the castle, it was horrible because we were completely lost. Because you basically needed to find like a door or a hallway to find your way outside the castle because you need to pass through the castle to go to your objective. That mission we spent like more than an hour trying to pass the castle part. And you can say, actually, Kyle, you did that because you're sucked. Yes, I know. Don't shit, Sherlock. We couldn't make a single mission being a sniper. Why do you think didn't like that game that much? The game was fun. The game has an idea to make others players invade your world, like Dark Souls. That was super fun. The problem is, me and my brother Arthur sucked at this game. We every single time that we were invaded by a guy, the guy literally destroy us. And we are basically allowing we know that we can just like deselect that option and never being invaded again, but we wanted the trophy to kill an invader. We got the trophy after a little 10 tries. After that, we turn it off and never turn it on again. But again, it was a fun game. I think the idea was there, but it's basically a shoot 'em up once you're this. I mean, you can hide it again, and you can try to be stealthy, but it would took so long. So me and my friend just say, "Screw that! We don't want to look 15 minutes to find another high ground to shoot guys from. Let's just rumble through it," and then we did, and then we won the game. The was fun again, but it wasn't a sniper. That is my main point. And the other thing is, the last mission of the game supposed to be epic, supposed to be cinematic. The last mission of this game is literally to shoot a guy. You cannot approach the guy. You cannot do anything else. You are in the hill, far away. You shoot the guy with your sniper. You kill that guy. You won the game. I pay attention on the story. You know me, guys. I don't pay attention on the story unless it's the thing that I really want to pay attention. The story that me and my friend agree with is basically every single time that a cutscene started, it was, oh, you need to go there. You have bad Nazis there. Good Nazi is a dead Nazi. Go there and kill every single person. And that's what we did for every single mission. It started a cutscene. We literally make up voices and saying, "Oh, we need to go there. Oh, what are you gonna do there? Kill Nazi. Remember, good Nazi is a dead Nazi. Have a luck. Have a good luck. Good kill. Good sniping. Sniping." And yeah, that was fun because of that. But it's a shooting game. Who cares about the story? Oh, but you need to know the story for Black Ops. That is all there. Fine. If you like war and games and everything, but I was just like trying to play a game with my friend to have fun. We had fun, but it wasn't a sniper. That is my main concern about that game. But yeah, I'm gonna give Sniper Elite 5 uh 7, I guess. Is You have good mechanics. You have the sniping part of this game is really good. You go there, you you align your shot, and you pew, and you see the bullet flying through, hitting the target, and amazing. That part great. But it wasn't every single time that we snipe on that game, we had fun. We coordinate shots and everything. Once we are not sniping anymore, we're literally humble. We are facing tanks, throwing grenades, and you say, "Oh, that's nice." No, it wasn't. We're supposed to snipe out the person there, not throwing grenades, not killing people with our hand grenades and everything, with our bazookas. We tried to play the online game. It was eh. But again, it was free and was fun, and I thank my friend Arthur. I carry him away. So yeah, that's it for this video. Tell me what you think about Sniper Elite. Did you agree with me that you snipe? I don't know, 20% of the time, maybe less, so like 15% of the time, and the other 85% is basically a war game, a shooting game. Right now in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you on the next one. Bye bye. Welcome to the jungle to another video. Yes. Why I'm singing? I don't know. This game is related to sing. No, this game is adventure. Let's call it that way. I really appreciate that game for what it is. It is a story game that is basically allowing you to choose. You have different endings and you have different paths that you can follow the road, the 96 road. The Road 96 game is nice. I can give it like an 8 for it. Yeah, already given my score. I agree with you, IGN. I agree with you here. I agree. Be happy. And why I choose to give this game an 8? Because the whole game is you're basically a fugitive, like a child trying to run away from this dictatorship country, and you face a lot of different characters in a way. The soundtrack of this game is awesome. I was literally scared from a character on the game for his first appearance. And again, I played this game, thank you PlayStation, because they give me for free. But you start caring about these guys, caring about this girl and what is her backstory, or this woman, and trying to make, because it's a choice games, so you can influence how the character is gonna end, so you can relate to her story and understand why she's doing the things that she done. She's just a mom looking for her kid, and you find her kid. This dude is insane. Every single time that the guy appear, I was shitting myself because they created a villain that every single time that you took his route, you're basically scared of dying. The game, for my understanding, don't really kills you, because I don't know if the game can kills you, but I'm sure it will feel like it. And for a story game, making me care about these characters, make me try to get them a better ending and not just escape, because every single run that you make, you're basically running away from this country. So you start a place at random and you just go through it until the border and escape the border if you can. If you cannot, you basically die on the end. And that's interesting because the story of that character helps these other characters to evolve and get their ending and get their closure. Because in the end, how this game progresses is basically in a chapter like settings. So every chapter you can advance the story for the characters that you find on that chapter. That is basically optional because you have different ways to go. So you need to follow a road to the exit. You need to the road and say, "Ooh." But how you do that is completely up to you. You can walk, you can take a bus, you can steal a car, you can steal, you can ride along, like as for rides. You can order a taxi, and all of those options. It depends on how your gameplay is going. For example, you found some money, so you can pay for the bus ride. But doing the bus ride, you find another character. If you're do not find that money, you need to walk. If you walk, you're gonna cross path with another character, and in the end, they gonna make you a different choice how to escape from this country, because they're seeing different people trying to escape. So, for example, if you use a cave from your first escape, the government's gonna notice the cave, and so you cannot use the same escape twice. That's what I'm getting at, and that is really fun. And you're going to meet those characters, and they have like their own mission as well. You can influence in the election, so you can destroy the the dictatorship, basically destroying his propaganda and everything. Sorry. And that's why this game is really nice, because they give you options that have impact on your story. Why? So this is basically, go back a little bit. So this is basically it. You choose a character, and this character is gonna take a road, and in this road he's gonna face this guy. For example, in this whole thing, he only found like one character of the story, but on this other one, he found this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. You see, you have like more than one option, and every single one goes to the end, so you can escape this country. It's a very fun game. If you like stories, I really think you should try it. If you get a good deal in it, I don't know how much they are selling right now. That's your Steam. They're selling for 30 bucks Canadian. Ah, come on, guys. I think you can buy it cheaper. You have a prequel as well, like the 0 Mile. I imagine that is a prequel for the game. But come on, you have a story. It's like 5 chapters, 6 chapters. But I think you can wait for uh for a deal on it, because if you really like stories and you wanted to play something new, something that is more chill basis, except for that guy, even with the robbers, they're like dumb, and then you can just like ignore it. But that guy, the fedora guy, scary. I don't know if you can buy this game like for 20 bucks. I think is a really good price. If you're uh, if you're really thinking, if story is your thing, you should definitely buy it because the story is good. As you see on Steam, they're very positive, and I couldn't say anything more about it. So tell me what do you think in the comments? Did you play this game? Did you agree with me that that guy is scary as crazy? And yeah, did you escape this country? Did you save the country? Because that's the other thing. You can decide the fate of the country. And yeah, I think that's it for this game. Thank you so much, guys. See you on the next one. Bye bye. Hello. That's so cringe. Oh my dear lord. Yeah, I saw you there. That's why I'm doing this crazy stunts. Why I'm doing that? Because I'm stupid, and the game of the time is Ninja Gaiden Sigma. Recently PlayStation have like a very good deal buying those the three Ninja Gaiden uh games, and I didn't know they're gonna release a fourth one because the third game was old. And then I never ever play. I played the third one, but I never played the first and the second one. I'm playing. Since I'm recording this video, you can imagine that I finish the first one. Finish. You're gonna see my why I'm quoting soon. The first one. I'm playing the second one right now, but I still want to tell you guys my opinion about it because it is a good game, kind of. But this game is hard. Oh my lord, that game is hard. I don't know why. Probably because I don't like to wait my timing and learn the patterns and everything. But this game is crazy hard. If it wasn't for I really hit my head into the wall until chapter 14. Like, oh no, I'm playing on normal. Normal is supposed to be the how the game was played, so I'm gonna finish on normal. And I spent like 12 hours struggling to get on chapter 17. Sorry, chapter 14. When I get to the chapter 14, I needed to fight uh two big worms that I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I Oh, it was the two worms. No, it wasn't the two worms. I passed the two worms, but on the same chapter you needed to fight the Phantom Samurai or something like that. They have like a huge sword and then steal lives from you. And then I just give up. I spent 2 hours trying to win against that guy, and I couldn't do it. So what I did a shameful thing that all gamers need to do, like at least once in their lives. I lowered the difficulty and put it on easy. Oh my god! And then I still struggling to win against the guy, but I won. And then the rest of the game, it wasn't easy. Oh, sorry, it wasn't hard, but I think that difficulty was the normal because the thing is in the game. Let's see a little bit of gameplay. Thank you, Bite Two, for showing the things. The game is, as you can see, is a basically a remastered version of the 360, and you don't have much of healing items, and you every single time that you get hit, the hit hurts, and the enemies block your attacks, and then you just need to be a better person. Like you see, he's can defend the things. I wasn't good at defending. My strategy was basically jumping and doing the cut attack. This I went too much. He basically jumps in and make like a horizontal cut. I did that for the most of the enemies of the most of the game because it was like a safe move ish. But the problem is I couldn't finish. I couldn't finish. If I didn't lower the difficulty, I probably would have give up on the game. That's a good thing that the game could help me and allow me to lower the difficulty because I'm bad at it. That is the thing that Dark Souls don't do, and that is why I didn't finish any Souls game yet. Because I'm a bad gamer. What else can I say? I'm really not the type of person that likes those type of games. But the score that I give to that game, the first one, I give it again. I'm analyzing. It's good to remember that I'm analyzing the game now, today. I can compare this game as a Devil May Cry 1. I also played all Devil May Cry's, and the first one is rough around the edges, but the intention is there. So that's why I'm giving it a 6 and not a 4. If I rate this game on today's standards, I probably would give it a 4. But why I'm giving it a 6? Because the Master Collection, thank you Steam, for the Master Collection, you can buy by 25 bucks. That is really cheap for 3 games. And the 3 games are good. It is not that good. I mean, I'm playing the second one. The second one is amazing in comparison with the first one because the first one you still have janky combats. You don't have that much amount of different combos, but you have different weapons. You have different throwables. You have different ninjutsus. You have different magic powers. But the second one is so much better. And I already played the third one, but I'm gonna replay it before giving you guys the review. But until now, you see the graphics for the first one is not bad, but it's like PS3. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. The funny part is all her development time on that character and went to her hair because she had like those the little hair piece in the front and the pigtail in the back and her boobs because her boobs jiggle so much and it's so fucking distracting. And but this game, old as the game is, you already have like dismemberment, so you're making combos. You can cut off their heads, you can cut off their arms. The second one is so much better because you can cut up more pieces of the body and have like special finishes and more enemies priority because you have in this one you have like the first one you have like ninjas. Oh, sorry, the game have a lot of different enemies from the get go. So you face ninjas, you face army, you face undead army, you face demons, you face different demons, you face bats. Love bats. It's a great way to recover health. And yeah, that's why I'm gonna give this game a 6 because the idea and the intention is there, but I believe that the technology wasn't. That's why the technology hold them down more than anything else. But make a huge success since you have two, three. They announced the fourth one. I didn't know that they announced the fourth one before playing those games. So I'm really happy that I'm right right on the hype train on it. So yeah, I lucky me, I guess. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me about on the comments if you care. Tell me about what is your favorite Ninja Gaiden, and are you excited for Ninja Gaiden 4? Do you think that old games still hold value these days? Because Ninja Gaiden Sigma, this version, it came out in 20, uh, 2027. So I'm just searching here. It came out together with Super Mario Galaxy, Bioshock, Uncharted. Yeah, that's the one that I'm trying to reference. Because even Uncharted 1. Oh, God of War 2 came in 2007? That's that's strange. Because I'm 100% sure that Uncharted is a PS3 game. But why God of War 2 came in 2007? I don't know. That I'm taking too much time. Sorry guys. See you on the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hello, my Dios. And yeah, as you can imagine, this episode is gonna be talking about an anime, a very very good anime that I think if you like Max, if you like strategy, if you like political movements, you should give it a try. The anime is Code Geass. Oh my god, that's so cringe. Do you like guys when I do cringy stuff? And why I'm recommending Code Geass? Because Code Geass is a phenomenal anime. Is amazing. I give Code Geass a 9 because Code Geass you have everything that you can ask for. You have max, you have battles, you have psychological battles, you have powers, you have uh vengeance, you have a guy trying to revenge his family, you have superpowers, and you have a future where Britain basically took over Japan and everything on the same package. And the animation holds up until this moment. You can see the animation draw is from this era, but it's still good. It still hold on. Very, very nice. And the thing is, I watched Code Geass after a friend of mine spoiled the end. The end of Code Geass is phenomenal. I would never forgive my friend for spoiled the end for me. Because the end of Code Geass, it was literally cinema. Because you follow the story of Ryurushi V Britannia. It's basically a prince for Britain that lives on Japan. And you follow his story when he met Cece, that is basically this girl with green hair, and her give him the power to control, to give an order that is the the person who received the order needs to follow. So it's basically, for some reason, I'm not gonna spoil, Sissy give him the power, and she can give those powers to different people. His power is, if he looks at you, he can give you an order and you needs to follow that order. So if he looks at you and say, leave this battlefield, you need to leave this battlefield. But the greatness of this anime is because they make Liuruch a very, very smart guy. And the whole thing is the idea of our smart guy manipulating people, trying to achieve his final objective. That is not gonna say, but even though the story goes there, the story keeps going deeper and deeper because you start to learn like the rebels and trying to figure it out how to attack the empire, or who is in favor or not, or how Liu Luch is going to hide his superpower and hide his intention to basically destroy the government. And all of those things, you are so involved in the story and you're trying to understand the character and trying to predict what is going to happen. And that's why I'm gonna give. I don't know if I already gave it, but I'm gonna give it a 9 because this anime is almost perfect. He's not that long. I think he's like Crunchyroll. Help me. I think he's 50 episodes long. So it's 2 seasons of 25. Uh, yes, it's 2 seasons of 25, and you have these movies that is basically a what if story. So if you like it, the first season, you can watch it on Crunchyroll because it's an old anime, and you can watch it for free with ads, of course, but still worth it. Oh, you cannot watch the season two. That sucks. But the season two is basically how to the final. It's basically the big epic conclusion of the story. So that sucks. But everyone knows that you, the person who's watching this, knows how to see anime legally on the verge of the legality. Not gonna tell anyone. You're chill. Not gonna put links on the description. I'm sorry. You know how to watch free anime on the internet. If you're watching this, I'm 100% sure that you know how to. And is basically one of the best animes that I ever watched because he's a complete story. That is another thing that I really appreciate that most of animes don't do often because an anime is adaptation of a manga. And if a manga is still releasing when the anime aired, usually they don't finish it. Although we are receiving a lot more or finished animes because they're so big in popularity, they finish the whole story. But for example, Demon Slayer probably is gonna tell the whole manga story. But you have countless and countless of other anime that was basically dropped and never had a proper finish. That is different about Code Geass Ryuruch of Rebellion. Incredible. 50 episode is not that big, it's not that small. Perfect size. For me, a perfect size anime is around 50 episodes because it's enough time for you to get used to the characters and not too long for you to feels like it's too big to start watching like One Piece or Bleach or Naruto that is like One Piece is like 1,000 episodes, but Naruto and Bleach like 300, 400 episodes each. And 50 is a good anime to recommend as well because it's more digestible for most of the people. It's not as fast as a 12 episode that I wish it could, but you have so much information in Code Geass that I think 50 is a very, very, very good amount of episodes. And that is the story of that is my recommendation for you guys. Tell me in the comments, what do you think about Code Geass? Did you watch it? Are you going to watch it? Did you watch the movies? I didn't watch the movies, but I know that it's basically another universe. And yeah, tell me if you like it, if you knew it before, and thank you so much. I see you on the next one. Bye. Hi there. Are you ready to cry? Are you ready to open up your heart and reconnect with your childhood friends? Are you ready to remember the tragedy of your childhood? Are you ready to face the difference between you and your friends and how you cope with the problem that happened? Are you ready to forgive? Are you ready to go forth and try to be a better person? And most important, are you ready to move on? Because the anime that we're gonna talk about it today is a very, very deep one. Deep in the meaning of trying to understand your emotions. Is deep in the meaning that you need to remember the the ones that was already gone, but you don't need to hold. They don't want you to hold them down. I watched this anime with my brother. It was a very short anime. It's 12 episodes once. It's just 11 episodes. You can watch the whole thing in one sitting. That was basically what I did with my brother. We were young. We It was, I think, 2014. This anime is not that popular as it should, but I still give that anime a 9. Why I give it a 9? That's very, very easy. In the end of 11 episodes, very short 11 episodes, I cry. I'm not a very emotional person, so for me to cry, for me to sob and whip, the worst thing is for me to do that with a guest. This is in my house, like my uncle and aunt were there. It was me. They arrived there and saw me and my brother crying in the final episode because this anime is beautiful. The story, the rhythm, the beats is everything in one package. That when you're put yourself, the author have a talent and put yourself into the story. He basically makes you another friend of this group. That is why it's so good. The story is basically what I can read on the Crunchyroll for you to not give so much spoilers. I just really recommended that an anime because it is a thing that helps you think and helps you understand that if something's wrong happen with you and your family or your friends, if something bad happen, people cope in a different ways. People surpass their fears and their anxieties in different manners. It's basically the story of this guy that started to see a spirit of a childhood friend. And again, these ghosts makes them reconnect with their past and confront that guilt. Thank you, Crunchyroll, for the description. It's a really good one. And what else can I say? The opening is phenomenal, but the story is the most important thing. How can a group of teenagers pass through a traumatic, super traumatic, and dangerous situation that happens with this girl? That is the reason why she is way younger than the rest of them. And again, that was one of the few pieces of media that made me cry in the end. Because how much sad slash happiness you feel after watching that anime, because I'm just gonna give it a small spoiler. Everything ends well in the end, but ending well, ending good, ending happy, not necessarily is what you expect. Everyone solved their issues, but you still going to miss each other, and you're still going to miss another character that that happens on the story. So that's why I could not recommend more. I try to make these videos light and funny for you guys, but this specific anime, I have others too, but Anohana, uh, I give it a 9. And it's not a 9 because it's an awesome anime that you're gonna uh, dream about it and fantasize in your head. But it's a 9 because makes you think about humanity, makes you think about mistakes, makes you think about yourself, your friends, your childhood. How can one simple mistake impact so many different lives? Helps you to think about how to be a better person, not for you, but for your friends, not for. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you watch this anime. Again, I just recommend things for you guys because I really, really, really like, or I'm just want to take a thing out of my chest. And comment down below if you watch it, if you cried, and recommend me something similar to that. Maybe I just watch another cry, cry more, and tell you guys the story about. So thank you so much. See you on the next one. Hello, hello, hello. Let's build a state. Let's create development. Let's make the future. Let's fight against destiny. And all of that is the premise of the greatest state development. Oh my god, that manhwa is awesome. I really appreciate the story. So, a little bit of a backstory. I'm a civil engineer in Brazil, and the I couldn't relate more because the main character. You think this beautiful handsome guy? No, this ugly bastard. And you say he's not that bad. Wait and you see. Is a civil engineer that is basically reincarnated as this guy, Lloyd Fronteira, that is one of the worst characters in the game. When the Javier is the main character, and he is trying so fucking hard to survive this game because everybody hates him because he's a little piece of shit. And worse than that, he's ugly. And the story tells about how can he improve himself and help the everyone around him to be a better person. And he's using his knowledge as a civil engineer to make that thing happen. And of course, he has a system. Of course, he's the main character, so everything is gonna work in his favor. And the powers that the guy started with is knowledge, and after a while, he's starting to learn like processing information, like construction information magic itself. because he's be able like to simulate things like engineering using basically CAD and creating blueprints. And he is ugly. The funny part is his normal face, he looks normal. He looks like a main character in any manhwa that you see. But the face that he's he makes when something happens with him is amazing. The level of the designing the character design evolved so much. If you take this first chapter and you go almost 200 chapters after, you see the evolution of the character and how well the artists feel about the series. Like he get very used to it, and he makes an amazing job on it because the faces that Lloyd makes is what literally makes me laugh every single time. He's a very chill dude, and he start smirking and he start looking strange and taking advantage of the bad guys. So you feel good for him. And his only reason is I'm working hard so I don't die and don't work in the future. That is amazing. And I'm just looking to the artwork. This story is phenomenal. But the art, that's why I really don't like to read books a lot, because I have a really good imagination, but sometimes my imagination is just my point of view and I cannot like visualize the whole scene. But when I see the faces that the this person drew, I laugh my ass off. LOL. And it's amazing how can he uses such a idea that this guy is ugly and everyone makes fun of him because of it is hilarious. I'm just looking. I'm just trying to find like, you see, he looks like a good Samaritan, and then he attacks you with a completely unfair contract, and he makes beautiful faces that makes me so happy, and everyone in response. Oh, this thing is this Mohana is amazing, not just for the story but for the wholesomeness. So the story is already on it's ended season 2, and it's going through a direction that I wasn't expecting, because the story is passing and he's gaining fame and he's being more famous and he's helping people and he's creating bonds and make his estate developer. Oh no, don't say. And it's amazing because of it. And the accuracy of the engineering makes me happy too, because he makes like engineering terms, he uses engineering jargons and creates uh, a better life for this medieval time that he's in it. So, for example, the first construction that he does, he creates heated floors for their village. So, do you have idea what's a heated floor in medieval times? This guy is a genius. I'm a civil engineer and I could not apply the things that this guy is implementing on the thing. Praise to him. But again, I would give it a 9 for this Mohara. I know that I'm giving like a lot of nines in my reviews recently, but what can I do? I really like the thing that I'm recommending to you guys. That's why I'm recommending the shit. It is not just a it's not a review of a game that I played. That I try to be the honest, make my be honest as possible. But on my recommendations on anime series and uh mangas, I give it a high note because I'm following the thing because I really liked it. Don't say that I like the thing that I like to read. Oh my god, I'm shocked. Yeah, I really like this one. So please read it, tell me about it, and as always, leave your comment if you already read. If you read the novel, tell me, did you like the ending of the novel? The novel ended. We're close to the end because I don't think this series gonna stop, but I'm really afraid that could stop, and I needed to read the ending on the novel. I don't want to write the novel. I don't want to read the novel. I want to see the Lloyd's faces. And yeah, thank you so much. See you on the next one. Bye. Have you ever fallen in love? Have you ever tried your best to not be killed? Have you ever make your life and the other people's lives a better place because you're really, really are trying to survive? This is basically the story of the series that we're gonna talk about it today. This manhwa, not your typical reincarnation story. Why? Uh, the, this this story is already finished, so it's finished on like 100 chapters. That means that it's not a very big story, but it's a very good one, and it's a very wholesome one that shows that if you have a caring heart, if you have uh, an attitude to try to help people to make them happy, but it's not and not be a pushover, not be someone that is basically allowing the other people to shit on you. This is amazing. This is not your typical reincarnation story because the main character is basically reincarnated in her favorite novel, but she is reincarnated as the main villainous character. So everybody hates her. She's getting married. Her husband hates her. Nobody trusts her, and she's gonna be killed in the middle of the book. What is her objective? Try to survive. So instead of being a reincarnation story that everyone starts happy, overpower, when you're the main character that everybody loves you. No, 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 no. Not here. This is a love story that the main character works for it because she's reincarnated as the villainess and is literally on her wedding. He, her husband, don't like her at all. Nobody likes her. But in 100 chapters, everybody loves her. Oh, everything works it in the end. But you see the hard times that she needed to go through because of this little piece of shit that I love this guy in the end. But in the beginning, everybody's so cruel to her because of the her family, and the guy didn't want to marry her. It's like a political marriage, and she's basically reincarnated. And his story back on Earth is so sad too. I don't know why she suffers so much in the real life to suffer again in the fantasy. She basically was Bush. Ah, and she reincarnated as this gorgeous woman, Edith. Edith. Uh, uh, since I'm reading, I don't know the how to read the name, so I only call Edith. Edith. Miss Edith. 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 The problem is, she's going to die. How can you survive? She's gonna use her knowledge of the future of the story. But the problem is, maybe the system, maybe the story don't want her alive as well. And that's why I really think that this is a very good story. I'm gonna give it a 9 again because it's my recommendation. If you like love stories, if you like someone who's surpassed hardship, if you like revenge, it's not a revenge itself. It's more like uh, a people convincing others with the goodness of her own heart. So she showed them that she's a very hard worker, that she really don't want to die. The most important part, and that she's trying her best to help everybody in the mansion. And it's really nice. It's a really cool one. And this is for this video. So I know that it was a short one, but again, I'm just recommend you guys because the story is finished right now, and you can watch. Sorry, you can read the whole thing in a couple of days because 100 chapters is a lot for everyone to read in one day in one sitting. But it's a good thing. So if you are in the train waiting for the bus, you can read a lot, and you just have fun and be inspired to be a better person and not let the others' judgment influence how you act. Because in the beginning of the story, she was treated as a villain. In the end of the story, she was the heroine. Look how remarkable that is, how surprising and how interesting the characters can be, and how the characters can evolve. Yeah, thank you so much. Leave the comments if you already read the story. If you read the novel, tell me if it is a good adaptation or not. I'm gonna read the novel, probably not, but it's still good to know. And yeah, as always, thank you so much, and see you on the next one. Bye bye. Hello, my literacy people, person who likes to read. Hello, everyone who likes a good story, and hello for you, person who really likes a good narrator. Let's say like that. Because you can find all of that in today's recommendation channel, Tales Foundry. Again, it's kind of weird me being a 10 subscriber person recommending YouTube channels like with 1.4, 1.2 million subscribers, but I really like the idea of this being my diary as well. So why I'm recommending this and subscribing to it? Because Tale Foundry is a YouTube that basically summarizes stories like old horror stories or makes you think about philosophy and makes you try to understand the other side. His videos most of the time are questioning the theme behind a story or a character, a team behind like Uzumaki or Wise Swords, and the how lit- literacy are created, basically speaking. And the first video that I watched from him, it was about the this one, Fate's. Oh, it wasn't Fate's Worse Than Death, but the Fate's Worse Than Death. It was one too. Is I have no mouth, but I want to scream, and he's basically summarizes the story of the book. And since then, I watch it every single video that he releases. Sometimes I just watch it past this ones as well because it's so interesting, and the way that he speaks and the way that he's draw the scenarios is all those cartoonish robots, little robots. It's so fun and so good to see his take in the literacy of the books and the philosophical aspect. You can see just in the title: Are they gods? What is a cyberpunk? What is Hungry Spaces? And the breaking the fifth wall, cosmic, the difference in cosmic horror and the cosmic bliss, how to become a god, and all of those interesting topics, depth dimension, paradoxes, how magic system works, is a very interesting way to talk about the stories and analyze how a story is built. And that's why that's my recommendation for you guys. If you like stories, if you like uh, philosophy topics, I couldn't recommend more than Tales Foundry. Is a look, is another look in the stories that everybody knows. So tell me if you down in the comments if you know them. Leave recommendations of your favorite videos, and I see you on the next one. Bye bye.
The, the gaming industry's
Hello, hello, hello. I'm here to talk about the news. Yeah, I'm really not into cover news because I'm, as you see, my schedule is terrible for videos, and I really don't like to cover new things before I test those new things. And the difference in this video is because I will never test this new thing if they continue doing what they are doing. And as you can always see in the description of the video and the title, we're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 and why I think is literally the worst release and game console possible. Why I think this game this game console could destroy every single thing that you have. If you like games, Nintendo Switch 2 is not your friend. If you bought it, I'm so sorry for you because you're being played. I have a Nintendo Switch 1. I have been supported supportive. I supported Nintendo buying their games, buying their consoles The first ever video game that I have was a Super Nintendo. I had a Super Nintendo back in Brazil. I had a Wii. I mean, my brother had a Wii, but we played together. I had a Nintendo DS, a Nintendo 3DS, and I have a Switch. Why I don't think that Switch 2 is a good console. First of all, it's way more expensive than you should ever pay for it. And you're gonna say, "Oh, but it's cheaper than a PS5 and it's mobile." Yeah, it's okay, sure. But the Nintendo Switch 2 now in the release is a faster Nintendo Switch. So you're you're upcharging $100 American bucks for running your games the way they're developed. I would not hit in the price as much as most of the people like to, because in the end, I believe that the companies know which price should be sell their games. But if you're paying $450, why not just buy a Steam Deck? Why not just buy a Steam Deck? You're gonna and you say, oh, but the Steam Deck is, oh, but this is Canadian. Okay, why not to buy a Steam Deck? I think that's used, but it is used. That's really that's way cheaper than I imagined. But why not to buy this a fucking Steam Deck that you can play your games, your Steam games anywhere? That is way better than any game that Nintendo can have for a little bit more money. And you'd say, I don't have, but you can buy like the Asus or the other things, or you can buy the Nintendo Switch One. That is basically the same thing. Nintendo has a problem to resell their consoles for just charging more. So they did that with the Game Boy Advance. So they released the Game Boy Advance and they released it a Game Boy Advance that opens like this. They released the DS and they released the DSi that is basically a bigger DS. They released the 3DS and they released the new 3DS that is basically the same fucking thing. But they didn't did with the consoles. So we lasted for ages when and they tried to make it because they make it a Wii U that is basically a also they made it with a Wii because they make the same thing twice. The Wii U is basically a Wii with an extra screen. They made it. I don't know why nobody predicted that. Oh, they did, and I didn't even realize. But they basically didn't create new thing. They just improved the new thing they already had. But the improvement for me destroyed the market and destroy gamers. Okay to resell your console a better version, but instead of two, I believe it should be a Nintendo Switch Pro. Okay, but that's fine because the thing is, the Switch 2, the biggest difference is it's bigger, it's faster. The Joy Cons are different. You can use the Joy-Con as a mouse. Fine. The problem, they decided to increase the price of games because of Nintendo. I'm just gonna say Nintendo was greed and increased the price for the whole world. Now, it was the same thing with NBA. NBA increased the price for $60 to 70, and now Nintendo is increasing the price of the games again. And you can say, "Oh, That was a phrase that I was said before, but it doesn't really make sense because oh, inflation. Agree with you, my guy. I know inflation sucked, but the difference is the they're spending more money to build the games. Understand, but they have so much more target audience. If you go back in time, that's why the price of the game shouldn't have changed at all or that much because the target audience gamers increase exponentially in the time. But when you're increasing the price of your game, you're selling fewer copies, and Nintendo games never go on sale. So if you go now to your Best Buy, to your Walmart, trying to buy your GameStop, trying to buy Breath of the Wild, you're gonna pay full price in Breath of the Wild. That is insane. But Nintendo doesn't care. They released a game with one new game. One, just one. Mario Kart World. Never going to play this game. Is good? I don't know. I play Mario Kart 8. They basically give a lot of DLC for that game, like sell a lot of DLC. But the problem is they release a fucking new console with one new game. All of the other games are or ports like Cyberpunk and uh, Hogwarts Legacy, or improvement versions like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and the Zelda. I forgot the second one of the Breath of the Wild. And Skyrim's Kingdom. Don't care. Uh, or Mario Kart World. You release a fucking console with one game, one new game. That is insane. You have so much time of development, and you could release one game. You release just one game. That's insane. You're making players pay for your tech demo. Why? Nintendo, you have money. We came with Wii Sports. For the longest time, me and my brother just played Wii Sports because it was there for free. Why are making gamers pay for your tech demo? PS5 came with Astrobot, literally showing off what your games could do, but you make them pay for your game, making them pay $10 for it. Your Mario Kart World, it costs 109 bucks Canadian. The digital version. That is another crazy thing. I'm gonna make US version. You're charging $10 for your welcome tour. Why you're charging people for a tech demo? You don't want them to see what you can do? Is that what you mean? These are the things that you're giving back to the community that supports your games. But no, it looks like you just want more money because you want more money. You're promising this one, you're promising a lot of different games. So this one, you release it with it. You couldn't release Donkey Kong Together. You couldn't release Metro Prime. Oh, you have, but it's the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Old games with a new branding. You're charging more for the same thing. In Pokemon, is ridiculous. the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you're instead of fixing the damn game that the person's already bought, you're making them buy a new console just to be able to play the game as they should. I'm not gonna talk about Pokemon today because Pokemon is already other mess that I want to dedicate a full video for it. But in for you to first of all increase the price, and the most absurd thing after is make the games not theirs, because Nintendo Switch 2, if you buy a Nintendo Switch 2, they're licensing them to you so they can remove and break your console just because they want to, because you're violate their uh, agreement, user agreement. The games that you buy is not yours. If you go to the GameStop, if you go to the Walmart and buy the cartridge for the Nintendo Switch 2 games, it's basically a key for the game so you can download the game. And they say, "Oh, it's better because now we can create bigger games and don't need to worry about the space in the cartridge." Okay, but you are basically selling a piece of plastic for 10 extra dollars because the physical version is $10 more expensive than the digital version. That is why doesn't make any sense. You're trying to create artificial prices. You're making your users unhappy. You're basically using their love for your brand, their love for your games to charge more, to make them pay more, to make them not owning the real game. And the thing is, Nintendo was the first. The real problem with this is because they opened the doors, because they're showing to the other companies that you see that we are making our games more expensive, so you can do it too. We're making our console a licensed thing, so you can do it too in PS6 or Xbox 2 because it's not. Oh no, Xbox Series 2. You can make gamers as fools that is wanting to purchase every garbage that you put out. And don't play, I didn't play Mario Kart. I'm 100% sure that should be fun, and I never will. I will never buy anything from Nintendo again if they don't change the way they are doing business right now. Because I don't want to buy a game or a console and Nintendo come with me and say, mm, yeah, the your console doesn't work anymore. Peace. Or yeah, your game that is on our store, or we don't like it the way that you play it, or oh, we're gonna just close the game and you're never gonna be able to have it again. I'm all in favor for downloadable games because I can buy games cheaper. But Nintendo makes their digital games artificially cheaper. They make their games $10 cheaper if you digital buy it. But the problem is they're never going to be on sale. 9 out of 10 times I buy my games on sale. If I really want to buy a game, I waited and waited and waited to go on sale. If I could not wait, in 2011, thank you so much, I would just buy the game for my own risk. But it's an exception, not the norm. And Nintendo is making gamers pay more for less, paying more for garbage, paying more for the next crappy Digimon because the next crappy Pokemon because the next Pokemon is gonna be bad again. Doesn't matter if the Switch is good, is powerful, could run the game. The Pokemon is never going to be the game they should have been making. Again, not videos about Pokemon focus. So that's why I believe the Nintendo Switch 2 it, it is bad and is going to destroy the world the way that we see it. And the problem is you. You are the problem. You who would buy the Switch 2, you as a people who applaud Nintendo, who clap for their victory, who helps them to continue doing that shit, you are the one who's making that thing. I'm not in favor of cancel, cancel culture, but I'm in favor of voting with our wallets. I'm in favor of showing the companies they don't have things for granted. Showing companies they need to do their best because our money worth things for us too. Show them that they could not release crappy games and expected us to buy it either way. Unfinished games expected us to buy it either way. Nintendo games usually don't do that, but my thing is Nintendo is trying to create a new normal. And you are voting yes. You are voting for a new normal that in my view is going to be a bad tomorrow for every single gamer. And again, this is my opinion and thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you have a different point of view of me and you can see the 4D chess that Nintendo is playing and in the end it's going to be better for everyone because for me Nintendo just wants what is better for them, but most of the companies does that. That is not the problem. The problem is the Nintendo is going too far to get their money back. I think the greediness, every company should be greedy, yes, but you should have a limit to it. That's it. Thank you so much. See you on the next one. I'm going back to 505. It is a 7 hour flight of 45 minutes drive. In my imagination, you waiting, lying on your side, with your hands between your thighs and a smile. Stop the way the sack. When you look at me at that, my darling. Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying. Kyle, cut a lot of things. That sucks. 505. I'm going back to 505. It is a 7 hour fly or a 4 or 5 minutes drive. In my imagination, you waiting, lying on your side, with your hands between your thighs. Stop and wait a sec. When you look at me like that, my darling, what did you expect? I would probably still adore you with my hands around my neck, or I did last time I checked. Not shy of a spark, that nice twist has broadened. Should I fall short of the mark? Frightening and the pie through all no harsher than the bar. That the middle of a venture, such a perfect place to start. I'm going back to 505. It is a 7 hour flight or a 450-minute drive. In my imagination, you waiting, lying on your side. I put your hands within your thighs and a smile. Thank you so much. But I crumb completely when you cry. It seems like once again you have to greet me with goodbye. I'm always just about to go and spoil the surprise. Take my hands off all your eyes too soon. I'm going back to 505. It is a 7 hour flight or 45 minutes drive. In my imagination, you waiting, lying on your side, with your hands between your thighs and a smile. Thank you so much. My best friend gave me the best advice. He say each day's a gift and not a given right. Let no stone unturned, let no fears behind. and try to take the path less traveled by. That the first to take is the longest ride. If today is your last day, tomorrow was too late, you can say goodbye to yesterday. You wish to live each moment like your last. Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you have. If today is your last day. Against the green should be the way of life. What's worth the price is always worth the fight. Every second count, cares no second try. So leave like you're and never leave it twice. Don't take the free ride in your own life. If today is your last day, tomorrow is too late. Could you say goodbye from yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last? Dream no pictures in the past. Donate every time you have. Would you call your friends you never see? Reminisce of memories. Would you forget your enemies? Would you find that one to dream it up? What up, down, and God above? Would you finally love? If today was your last day. If today was your last day, would you make a mark by mending a broken heart? You know it's never too late to shoot from the stars, regardless of who you are. Go do whatever it takes, 'cause you can't rewind a moment in this life. Not to stand in your way, 'cause your hands of time are never on your side. If today was your last day, tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last? Leave the old bits in the past. Donate every dime you have. Would you call old friends you never see? Would remains of memories? Would you forget your enemies? Would you find that one you dreaming of? Where up, down, and God above, that you're finally love. If today was your last day. Thank you. We are at the end of the line. She keeps me from closing my eyes. Keep me from sleeping tonight. Don't let me go. I've been talking a while, looking at everything bright. Rose, she'd ask me I'm fine. Just don't let me go. There came a time when you are the only one. You are the only one. The only one. Maybe I could make a peace. Maybe I could light it wide. Even when I'm falling back, you still believe I try. Maybe we can be a symphony, and maybe we can learn to play. You can write the story while I just ride away. Where the end of the line, she keeps me from holding her tight, trying to make sure she's fine. Don't let me go. We took 100 steps back, and you say goodbye, I was sad. Now that I think of it, please let me go. And there came a time when you are the only one. You are the only one. The only one. Maybe I could be your only prize. Maybe you can light it wide. Even when I fall and beg, you still believe I try. Maybe I could be a symphony, and maybe I can learn to play. You could write the story, but I just ride away. But never like that. But life is never like that. Should took me and now I still knows life not like that. Life is never like that. Life is never like that. It's never like that. Maybe I could be your only prize. Maybe I can light a white. Even when I'm falling back, you still believe I try. Maybe I could be a symphony, and maybe I can learn to play. You can write the story when I just ride away. Well, I just ride away. Well, I just ride away. Thank you. I look into your eyes. I look into your eyes and I think back when the sun of mine. You're as old as he was when I left for war. Will these actions hunt my days? Every man I slay is the price I pay. Endless pain. Close your eyes and spare yourself the view. How can I hurt you? I'm just a man who's trying to go home, even after all these years away from what I've known. I'm just a man who's fighting for his life. Deep down, I have traded the world to see my son and wife. I'm just a man. But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? But when the man become the monster? When does the ripple become the tidal wave? And does the reason become the blame? Does the man become the monster? Does the candle become the blaze? The manly monster. When does the man become the monster? Forgive me. I'm just a man. And it's just genetic. It's written on your DNA. It's symptomatic. At least that's what the doctors say. It's in your nature you find the dark and brightest day, but here we are. You made from stars to live a life you never loved. So if this is your last night and you're feeling hollow, I give you my half-life so you see tomorrow. There is no anywhere that I wouldn't follow, 'cause you did my last night wherever that I go. All your elementals change into chemical strange reaction that I never know. If this is your last time and you'll ever borrow, I give you my half-life so you see tomorrow. It's not I said it, you never let your fade away. It's energetic, the bound that never want me break. You made from scars to live a life you rise above. If this is your last night and you're feeling hollow, I give you my half-life so you see tomorrow. There is no anywhere I wouldn't follow. I give you my last night wherever that I go. Your elemental change into chemical strange reaction that I never know. This is your last time that I ever borrow. I give you my half-life so you see tomorrow. This is your last time that I ever borrow. I give you my half-life so you see tomorrow. There isn't any time that I give my half-life so you see tomorrow. There is no anywhere chasing my last night or ever that I go. 'Cause our elemental change into chemical strange reaction that I never know. This is your last time that I ever borrow. I give you my half-life so you see tomorrow. Whoa, whoa. This is the last time that I ever borrow. I give you my half-life so you see tomorrow.
I wish I could take it.
Nice. Girassol! A favor da comunidade que espera o bloco passar. Ninguém fica na solidão. Embarca com suas dores pra longe do seu lugar. A favor da comunidade que espera o bloco passar. Ninguém fica na solidão. O bloco vai te levar. Ninguém fica na solidão. A verdade prova que o tempo é o senhor dos dois destinos, dos dois destinos. Já que pra ser homem tem que ter a grandeza de um menino, de um menino. No coração de quem faz a guerra nascerá uma flor amarela, como um girassol, como um girassol, como um girassol amarelo, amarelo. Todo dia, toda hora, na batida da evolução, a harmonia do pacifista, quem vai encontrar a avenida e todo o povo vai sorrir, 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 e todo o povo vai. A verdade prova que o tempo é o senhor dos dois destinos, dos dois destinos. Já que pra ser homem tem que ter a grandeza de um menino, de um menino no coração de quem faz a guerra nascerá uma flor amarela, como um girassol, como um girassol, como um girassol amarelo, amarelo, como um girassol, como um girassol amarelo, amarelo. Churururururu, Thank you. Thank you. Oh, se os meus joelhos não doessem mais, Okay. Ó, ó. Whoa, whoa, oh. Whoa, whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, whoa, oh. Whoa, whoa, oh, oh. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, oh. Whoa, whoa, oh, oh. Wow, wow, wow. Whoa, whoa, oh. Whoa, whoa, oh, oh. Ó Deus, perdoe esse pobre coitado que de joelhos rezou um bocado, pedindo para a chuva cair, cair sem parar. Ó Deus, será que o Senhor se zangou e só por isso que o sol se retirou, fazendo cair toda a chuva que há? Ó Senhor, pedi pro sol se esconder um pouquinho. Pedi pra chover, mas chover de mansinho. Pra ver se nascia uma planta no chão. Planta no chão, oh meu Deus. Será que eu não rezei direito? A culpa é do sujeito que disse esse pobre que nem sabe fazer a oração. Uou, uou, uou. Uou, 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 uou. Whoa, 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 ai, oh, oh. Meu Deus, perdoe encher meus olhos d'água e te pedir cheio de mágoa pro sol inclemente se a retirar, retirar. Desculpe, pedir a toda hora pra chegar o inverno e agora o inferno queima o meu humilde Ceará, ó Senhor. Pedi pro sol se esconder um pouquinho. Pedi pra chover, mas chover de mansinho. Pra ver se nasce uma planta no chão. Planta no chão. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Well, well, well. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Ai, 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 ai. Violência demais, chuva não tem mais, roubo demais, política demais, tristeza demais, o interesse tem demais, ânsia demais, fome demais, falta demais, promessa demais, seca demais, chuva não tem mais. Ganância demais, chuva tem, não tem, tem, não tem. E quando tem, tem demais. Pobreza demais, roubo tem demais. Falta demais, violência demais. Chuva não tem mais, roubo demais. O povo sofre demais, dor demais. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of This Is My Opinion. And as you can see on the title below, you can imagine I'm gonna recommend you guys a new band. Love that. And the band that I'm gonna recommend you guys today is gonna be this one. Steam Power Giraffe. So the thing is, I knew this band a couple of years now, and they have like really great songs. And I really think they should deserve more attention. I know that I'm a channel with like 10 subscribers or so, but I still think they needed more things because they genuinely know how to sing. Those three are the band now, but for the years and years the band changed the roster. Let's say like that. I the first time that I know that band is with a cover because I didn't know that was a cover when I heard it the first time. But the thing is on the title. You say Kyle, yeah. But in the I was listening in the bus, and then I just love the way that this guy sings. I think I saw it, listened to the original version, the Sia version, like once and twice. But every single time I go to this song, to this version of the song, because the guy who speaks, Spine is his name. Oh, it's not this one. This one. Spike. This guy singing this song, Spike. He has such a deep voice, and I can really relate it so much, and that's why I know that this is not their song, but they made cover. So technically speaking, it is their song, uh, and that's why we're gonna listen to their together.
Look at me, I'm such a basket case, delivered to you wrapped in cellophane, waiting on your doorstep every day. Delivery a basket filled with pain.
The other thing is, as you already listened, his voice is deep, but it's a deep good. I I really wanted to sing similar to him because the idea is something that is almost not human, and they are every single clip they and show they present, they put like this heavy makeup because they're technically machines. You're gonna see on my favorite original music from them is the next one, and you're gonna see that this team of machinery come up often. And but now let's take a talk about cellophane. So when I listened to that song, I didn't know what cellophane was. But cellophane is basically that white plastic that wraps around the things. And look at me, I'm such a basket case. Delivered to you wrapped it in cellophane. So I'm just a box waiting for your door. Delivered a basket filled with pain.
Patience is your virtue, saint o' mine. I'd have fallen through the cracks without your love tonight. I'm your groundhog and I'm skating on thin ice. But you see me at your feet and carry me inside.
Uh, I don't know why I like this music so much. I think I liked it because this guy sings it. Because the way he sings it, he put again. I didn't listen to the Sia version, in a long time, but I can relate to the things. I think that go back to my music theory and how psychology works. Even without understanding the letters of the song, you can understand the meaning and the sentiment behind it. You don't know what they're actually saying, but you can feel the sentiment. And this guy's voice and the way he sings transmits so much sentiment. Like, patient is your virtue sent on mine. I have fallen through the cracks without your love tonight. I'm your groundhog and I'm skating on thin ice. But you see at me, your face is carrying me inside. And that's like a drowniness and such a, like the guy's in such a pain. And it's almost like he's throwing himself down so that people can step on it, being like a mattress or being like a rug that people just walk past him, pass on top of him. And uh, I'm falling through the cracks. I'm forgotten. You forget about me. I know that I commit mistakes, but I'm still not nice. But when you see me at your feet, destroy it. You carry me inside. Eh, 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 eh,
Oh,
Oh, can
can't you
you
see
see
I'm
I'm
wrapped in cellophane? Watch the blood pump through my veins. Electricity floods my brain.
that is the thing that I'm trying to pass you guys. The idea, his moves are sick, but the idea that you can see me, I'm wrapped in cellophane. You can see the blood pump through my veins. You can see the electricity flooded my brain. Why can't you see? I cannot hide the pain. I cannot hide the pain. I'm wrapped in cellophane. I'm transparent. I try to show you how I feel. Why you cannot see what I'm passing through? Why it's so hard for you to understand? Why can't you see me? I'm wrapped in cellophane. Watch the blood pump through my veins. Oh, I love this chorus so much.
Can't have the pain, can't have the pain when you're wrapped in cellophane. Look at me, I'm such a basket case.
And again, the range that this guy has is a lot. I know that you're hearing on the back the voice of the girl. She's a great singer too, but for me, this guy's top tier.
Why'd I fall apart? You'll never trust me again. And all the things I need to hear you say. You'll watch as all my thoughts get right back on the train.
Look at me, I'm such a basket case. What is a basket case? Someone or something state of disarray. I'm basically broken. Look at me, I'm broken. While I fall apart, you hide all my pills again. I'm trying to get help. Why you're not letting me get help? Things I need to hear you say. Words of encouragement. Encouragement. You're not saying. You're just not helping me to get better. while you watch my thoughts go back to my old ways, to the bad ways. Why you not want me to get better? Can't you see I'm wrapped in cellophane? Can't you see the blood pump through my veins? The electricity fogging my brains out. I cannot hide the pain. I'm transparent. I'm cellophane. Eh, 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 eh. Oh, can't you see I'm wrapped in cellophane? Watch the blood pump through my veins. Electricity floods my brain. Can't hide the pain, can't hide the pain when you're wrapped in cellophane. And again, if you don't like me singing, I cannot do it. It is one of my favorite songs. I need to express myself. If you want to watch the music without my comments, watch the music you're alone. Go give them views, go give them likes and subscribe. So yeah. Can't you see I'm wrapped in cellophane? Watch the blood pump through my veins. Electricity floods my brain. Can't hide the pain, can't hide the pain when you're wrapped in cellophane. Again, so good. The music, the lyric is not complex, but the passion behind the voices and the passion that he shows and he throws himself out there make me feel the pain that he's feeling, and that is a great way to express yourself, showing not just with word, words, words, Yep. Showing not just with words, but how the words are pronounced. That's amazing. And my favorite song,
Shine bright.
that's not that one. Uh, where is it? Why? Here. That's my favorite song. Oh. So I'm really a sucker for harmonics because I really like how they sound, like the overlay of the voices and the idea behind it and the way that harmonic works. It's basically a bunch of sounds. They're sounding in the perfect length wave that makes everything comes together as one ethereal motive. And these songs represent a lot of that. That's why I really that's my favorite song of them. And you have like three contrasting voices that makes the harmonica even better.
Ever since the first time I opened my eyes, I've awakened to the same thing. Of the automaton.
And here you see like the reference, like the band is all their automatons, they're robots, and this is basically introduction music from them, like to see to show how what they are.
Friends roughly built like me. first time I open my mouth to speak, a steam escaped to the air, and black oil dripped from my lips and onto the ground.
You see that those parts and the drip from my lips and onto the ground. I really love that part and the part that is basically harmonic, as the song said. Now let's go to my philosophy part. Even though I really don't think they are thinking too much ahead of how this music can be interpreted, but for me, this is a perfect relationship with humans. Ever since I opened my eyes as a baby, or you can interpret as a conscience of self, let's say like that. I haven't awakened to the same thing. Other automatons friends roughly built like me. So you when you're starting to achieve enlightenment, let's say like that, I would like to interpret it like that. When you're achieving enlightenment, you see that humans are very look like. They may not look exactly like you. They can have like different skin color, different hair color, a different height, different weight, but they are similar to you. So be kind. Ever since I opened my mouth to speak, steam came escaped through the air. The black oil dripped from my lips and dunked to the ground.
What daylight struck a chord with my photoreceptors, night greeted me with the sea of stars. Our eyes so flash of blues and greens through the night. It's
If I want to continue with my ethereal view of this song, I could go more like when you first discover who you are and see around and see the greatness of the world and see the vast how space is, it's like your eyes are flashing.
just our atomic tonic.
Again, how nice it is. The expression and how they sing is just our atomic tonic.
Atomic tonic.
Again.
Electronic harmonics.
The harmonics, the everything coming together for a better end. I know I'm seeing things on this. I know you can comment seeing on the comments say that I'm delirious and seeing things where it isn't. But I still like to think that if you can relate to the other, if you can live with harmony, you can make greatest things. You can create a better environment. So again, this part for me,
Atomic tonic. Electronic harmonics.
this combo, like the from here, I think to here is why. Okay, to here. This whole chorus part is why I really like the song that much. The whole harmonic part is so emphasized here.
People are soaring, the hallways exploring, higher than they've ever been before. But we are still down here, feet on the ground, near what we're ties us up with the rest. Our thoughts are quixotic, stark and robotic, mechanical in nature all the time. And pulses are
Oh, I love this song so much. It's so good to hear it again. Because again, people are soaring, but always exploring higher than they'd ever been before. Like the way he sings, because again, the whole idea is they are robots, but he's singing with such a soul. I don't know how can I describe that. Looks like he's putting his soul into the words. So he's a mechanical robot, but with more soul than human beings.
firing in our head wiring, guiding all our actions and being. It's just our atomic electronic harmonic.
Again, as you is going to see, like the previous song, you just see this guy's singing. I think he's like the main vocal, but some songs they have like different focus. And uh, the band is started with those five guys, and then now is this guy remains. This guy, I don't know, become trans. It was discovered trans, become a woman. Let's say like that ish. Not gonna be polemic. Become a woman, and he. I think this guy was in the band, but he changed it with the black guy that is going to be like the main on this song. That is another one of my favorite song of them, because the whole idea and that again that is so strange for me to try to explain for you guys. Are you feeling that too? Please listen to their music and tell me if I'm crazy, because the songs with their singing, they're supposed to be robotic automatically, but I feel so much soul, so much power, so much intention on each note.
I am not an unimaginable thing. My thoughts are tangible, though they're full of springs. I don't have the heart to send you untruthful words. My skin is cold to the touch and made from the earth.
Now, I keep saying that it's my favorite part of the song over and over again, but this is when his guys put it out there. And again, it's not just about soul, it's about being special and be unique. That's the word that I was looking for. Unique. This band is unique in almost every single aspect.
They say, oh, it's so down, but baby, its sound makes your worries cease to pound. And no, maybe it's alright, cause baby, it fights for some time just to be held tight. And no, maybe it's not wrong, cause it sings a lovely song, one that drifts on for so long. And no, baby, let's not lie, its eyes are alive and pointed up, shouting right to the sky.
Ah, so good. Okay, okay. I'm going back a little bit because I wanted to listen again and I want to talk about it. So it's so down, but baby, it's sound makes you worry seems to pound. And oh, maybe it's alright because baby, it's fights. Forget some things that we have tight. So my translation and my interpretation going back to enlightenment is, I know that looks a little bit depressing, but believe me, baby, is a good idea. If we help each other, we can seize the anxiousness of wars and everything. Eu sei que tá tudo bem, mas coisas boas merecem com que você lute por ela. Oh, speaking Portuguese. Oh, sorry. Uh, I know. So, baby, the fights that you have is worth fighting them. I don't know why I switched to Portuguese. I think because I'm so relaxed and I feel so at ease with the song that I basically switched to my main language. Because you seem to. Maybe it's not wrong because we sing so lovely songs that drift on us for so long. And baby, it's not lie. Its eyes are alive, pointing up, shooting up from the sky. Saying basically that we are alive and we are different. And
They say, oh, it's so down, but baby, its sound makes your worries cease to pout. And oh, maybe it's alright, cause baby, it fights for some time just to be held tight. And oh,
maybe it's not wrong, cause it sings the lovely songs on the drifts on for so long. And no, maybe it's alright, it's not you're alive, shining up to the sky.
it's just our
Atomic tonic, electronic, harmonic, epic, and so cool, epic, and so cool, epic, and so cool,
epic and so
yeah, this songs even have a solo part. Yes, it's epic and so cool. I completely agree because it's epic and cool, and epic and cool and so cool. The electronic, the automatic, automatic electronic harmonic, epic and cool. Yeah. Oh. Atomic tonic, electronic, harmonic, atomic tonic, electronic, harmonic. Again, so epic and so cool. Okay, this is the last song. Is one of the newest song ish because you saw it. It was the other two song was like 10 years and it was 14 years or something. And this one is just 2 years ago. But they still release new songs. They still make shows. They're very active on their YouTube channel. And that's why I really think that you should go there and subscribe and listen to very, very good songs. And again, this is the song for the new guy who get there. And for me, he come up with a banger.
miles away, I can't see straight no more. Right in your space, I just walk through your door, but I'm still so far away.
So I'm lying awake like I've been before. I'm miles away. I cannot see. I can. I can't stay straight no more. Ah. The other thing is, this song has a very has a version that is basically acoustic, and it's really good too. Yeah, if I think the acoustic version is even my favorite, but I'm just want to show the original.
My eyes don't glow like they did before, reflecting the light of day. Hey, hey. Reveling softly while you speak in time, but I'm still so far away.
So, trying to connect the musics that I really like to do it. As you can see, all three songs is more like an existentialist or more like a crisis of herself. The first song, Cellophane, it was related to how people don't understand me. Even though I'm wrapped in cellophane, even though you can see my inside, even though you can see my blood flow, even though you can see my mind, you don't understand my suffering. The second one is related to if we could open our eyes and see that we are different but we are the same, see that we could make something better through the harmonics, trying to live harmonic to the life. We're not just robots. We're not just human beings. We're a community. We are friends and family. We need to understand how to relate to each other. And we go to the last one. Even though I'm lying awake here, as I did before so many different times, I still far away from my objective. My eyes don't glow like I did before. I'm losing hope to see a day where I can find a better place, where I can find a place where I belong. It doesn't matter. I'm still lying awake miles away, right in your space, but I'm still far.
Lying awake like I've been before, but I'm miles away. I can't see straight no more. Right in your space, I just walk through your door, but I'm still so far away. Ground slips away while the earth decays. I'm tired of breaking day.
Again, the ground slips away while the earth decays. I'm trying for breaking, for trying so much. And then doesn't matter how much I try, I how fast I try. I'm still so far away. I'm lying awake miles away.
Turning around at the speed of sound, but I'm
You
still
so far away.
okay, lying awake like I've been before, but I'm miles away. I can't see straight no more. Right in space, I just walk through your door, but I'm still so far away. seems to me okay is the only word I say today. Lies the crime, I threw your hollow mind.
Okay, wait. There was too much. Every day I disobey the way, so I try to fight against the system. It seems to me obey is the only word that I say today. I lie that grind right through you. I have my mind too firm. The time is up. He's basically trying to create a revolution because he's already tried so much.
Find the time myself has always been on your side. Rewind past reverse, same lines that you were her, same lines that you and her, trying to swallow your words. Matter of mind, matter of fact, stand your grind and come back and recognize in a loser's state of mind.
So sometimes you start losing yourself and losing the hope and losing your dreams and losing faith in humanity and losing faith that things can get better. But they, but you're still there, lying awake, even though you're far. Who say that you cannot reach it? It's gonna take a while. It's gonna be hard, but you're still lying awake.
Disagrees with the roots and trees, dying to glimpse the day. Hey, I've tasted grass.
And again, in all those songs, you can see the harmonic behind it. It's not just his voice; it's the whole harmonic group singing together.
And I've watched it unwind, but I'm still so far away. Okay, lying awake like I've been before, but I'm miles away. I can't see straight no more. Right in your space, I just walk through your door, but I'm still so far away.
Miles away, I can't say straight no more.
Right in this space, I just walk through your door, but I'm still so far away. Lying awake like I've been before, but I'm miles away. I can't see straight no more. Right in your space, I just walk through your door, but I'm still so far away. But I'm still so far away. But I'm still so far away.
But that is the thing. Even though you're far away, you're still lying awake. You still have a chance. You still have an opportunity. That's why I really like it. Doesn't matter if you're far. You can still get there. You're lying awake, but you're not dead. And yeah, thank you so much. That was Steam Powered Giraffe. Is a band that I really like it because of the whole thing that I keep the whole video talking about. The soul they put on the songs. It's not just another song. It's something more. It's interesting. And that's why I like it, and that's why I think they deserve it way more than that. So comment down below if you already knew that band. Comment what is your favorite song, and thank you so much for watching. As always, all the videos for their page, the music is gonna be on the description, and see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Hello. Today the topic is going to be a difficult one. Let's say like that. It's going to be a topic that I was surprised-ish because what happened, but I couldn't expect less from my country. So for you guys who don't know, I'm a Brazilian, and the thing that happens now, it was a attack and an attack for the freedom of speech, basically. So what happened is we're gonna watch a video today. It's gonna be this one. This is gonna be more like a react type of video. I put the subtitles in English so you guys can follow. But I will basically uh yeah, I will basically
Quando eu recebi
explain while the the guy is speaking. But uh okay, let's start with the beginning. Lowlins is a comedian artist in Brazil, so he basically do comedy shows, stand-up shows. He is a very, very popular one, and I really like his work. He's focusing on uh, a more dark side comedian. So he basically makes fun of things. He laughs. He makes their people laugh, creating absurds and creating a character. This character is Leo Lins. Is basically his name, but it's still a character. And what happened is he insult, quote unquote, talk about very dangerous things in Brazil. He talk about politics, about not fulfilling his promises. He talk about overweight people. He talk about I think I don't think he talk about the LGBT community, but he talk about like the diseases and talk about uh, people with special necessities, and also always making a joke out of them, creating laugh because there's his job as a comedian. But what happened was this guy was sued a lot of times, and he win most of the times. Sometimes he lost it because the real joke on my country, Brazil, is because they don't know how to take a joke, because they don't know separate uh, reality than the fantasy. And that was exactly what happened. He was judged and sentenced to 8 years in prison and to pay like a million fine, a millionaire fine. In reais, that is our currency. But if you go to US, like go to dollar, it's going to be like around $200,000 in a fine because of a joke in a comedy show that was in a theater that was recorded and posted on his YouTube page. He's basically lost, been sentenced to go to the jail for 8 years because of a joke. That is not a joke. That is a real thing that happened in Brazil, and that is a direct attack for the freedom of speech. That's why I'm just gonna play a little bit, and I'm just gonna. This is a very, very brief summary what happened with Laulins, and that's why I'm gonna let him speak, and then I'm gonna translate and comment if needed.
a notícia da minha prisão, eu passei o dia gravando no SBT, ao lado de grandes amigos.
So SBT is basically a popular open channel that you can have access in Brazil. So he was working with his friends and with his friends on a comedy show as well. It's similar to it's not Saturday Night Live. It's like The Night with Jim Fallow or something like that. I think it's like the same thing because it called The Night uh, with Danilo Gentili. That is the name of the other comedy, his friend.
O que ajudou a deixar o clima um pouco mais leve. Muito já se falou dessa minha condenação, que é a liberdade de expressão, a diferença entre uma piada num palco e uma declaração.
And for me, he always say a very powerful and important phrase. This statement is comedy does not have limits. You should never limit comedy because you're attacking the freedom of speech. But the phrase is comedy doesn't have limit. The place have it. So if you're doing a comedy in a comedy show that the people pay you to make the comedy, you don't need to worry about being judged there because there is your space. If the person goes to a comedy show to listen to jokes, they may not like the jokes, but it's still a joke. You should not take into consideration. You should not take that as a statement, a real thing. And that was the first absurd thing on on his conviction.
Que leva o humorista a sério, político na palhaçada, que liberdade de expressão não é de opressão, que piada.
And this is another common thing that I was discussing with my friend Arthur, that freedom of expression is not oppression. So it was basically saying that you can you cannot speak whatever you want without having repercussions for what you said. And I have like this huge debate with him because that is basically saying, "Oh, I'm gonna censor you because I don't like what you're saying." But you're free to speak whatever you want, but you cannot speak about this topic. So I was talking to him and trying to show him that if that happens, that's not freedom of speech. That is literally censorship.
Piadas podem ofender, etc. Antes de me pronunciar, eu quis ler toda a sentença da juíza que condenou um humorista, no caso eu, a mais de 8 anos de prisão e uma multa de quase 2 milhões.
So the thing is, in I don't know if in your country you have that thing as well, but you can be sentenced to a thing to go to the jail, but you can appeal and have that sentence to be due on freedom. It's basically house arrest. For him to tell a joke in a stage, he was sentenced to prison with no bail and no house arrest, go to the literal jail for a joke and to pay 2 million reais. That is $500,000? No, more. Less. $300,000 or something like that. But it's still an absurd amount of money for Brazilians. Like the average Brazilian will never be able to pay that.
Esse vídeo não é de piada. Eu estou em casa com meus gatos. Aqui é a pessoa Leonardo de Lima Borges Lins e não o comediante Léo Lins. Uma persona cômica.
And that is the other thing. I'm just gonna let it play it because it's gonna come up later on that video. But you, the the judge who sentenced this guy to this thing didn't understand the difference between a character, a comedian, and a real person.
Criada ao longo de anos, que faz piadas ácidas, críticas e que sabe que nem todas as piadas são para todas as pessoas. Talvez nem todos saibam, mas o humorista num palco interpreta um personagem, uma pessoa.
And why he's saying that is because what the judge ruled. The judge basically he's gonna. Oh, I'm thinking too much stops because I don't think you guys know the context behind what happened to this guy. But it's a thing so bad that I could not let that thing slide. That's why it's new that I'm basically covering. I know that this video is like 1 week old, but for me that's new, and that's why I don't wanna. I want to post it. I even gonna post that I think tomorrow, or next week, because I just want the world to be more spread to a broader audience for the international community of comedians know about this absurd that happened in my country.
Persona cômica. Na construção do texto, nós utilizamos figuras de linguagem, hipérbole, metáfora, ironia, numa licença estética e, portanto, uma análise literal desse texto não se aplica na estrutura do cômico. Isso não é uma opinião minha, isso é um dos conceitos de humor, segundo o autor Simon Critickley, um autor com diversas obras a respeito da comédia e um nome respeitado na área nos Estados Unidos e no mundo. Por que eu estou citando isso? Porque é de se esperar que uma sentença pesada como essa tenha um embasamento teórico igualmente profundo. Sabe qual foi um dos embasamentos teóricos da juíza que me condenou a mais de 8 anos de cadeia? A Wikipedia.
Yes, the judge used Wikipedia to rule his sentence. Do you know how crazy it is? That is shows how incompetent the judgment system in Brazil is. A person became a judge to use Wikipedia as a reference.
E isso não é uma piada. Você imagine um inocente acusado de homicídio, a juíza fala, você matou? Ele diz, não. Ela vai na Wikipedia, pessoas podem mentir? Sim, sabia, condenado. Isso mesmo, a Wikipedia tendo um aviso. Não é fonte primária de informação, não substitui uma pesquisa acadêmica, assim como no meu show, também tem avisos.
But that is a bad thing about judges. I don't agree with judges because I usually don't agree with judges because technically speaking, they should judge using the penal code and using the laws. But in the end, he is the one who rules and literally judge with that knowledge. So if the judge just look at you and say, I don't like you, he could, technically speaking, not convicted you, but he could make your life harder, almost impossible to defend yourself. And it's like this case. The guy literally did kind of joke. The judge looked on the Wikipedia for sources how to punish the guy just because he attacked the left. Because he makes it's not just the left, he makes jokes with everybody. But he makes jokes about the people that shouldn't have been joking of. People with paralysis, people with disease. And in the end, the judge didn't like that and decided on that stupid rule.
Show de humor, apresentação de stand-up comedy, obra teatral, ficção. Você está entrando em um teatro, está em um canal do humorista Léo Lins. Mas parece que as pessoas perderam a capacidade de interpretar o óbvio.
And that is the other thing. With my discussion with my friend, we both don't know anything about laws in Brazil and how the judge rules. But he was saying basically that the judges write, the judges read the joke. That was why his insight in the beginning was important because the judge reads the joke out loud. But if you don't perform a joke, of course the joke could be misinterpreted because the timings and the composition and what is come after and before that isolate phrases don't does not represent the joke itself, represent the moment. So you cannot take a book and random thing. You cannot take the Bible and took a phrase saying you should kill your first son, and just say, "Oh, the Bible said that you should kill your son." I don't know if the Bible says that, but it was an example. You should not take a passage, a fragment of a piece, an art piece, or a literally piece, and take that as a true statement. That is insane. That is literally common sense.
Estamos vivendo uma das maiores epidemias dos últimos tempos, a da cegueira racional. Os julgamentos são feitos puramente baseados em emoção e ninguém quer mais ouvir o próximo. Quer
And that is the other thing that I was critiquing about the judge, because in the end the judge could overrule and say, "Oh no, I really like that guy. I don't see anything. You can continue." But they could have picked another judge, and the judge say, "Oh no, I think that what he did was a crime against humanity, and he should be locked it up." And those things are completely different results for a thing that should have been ruled. Is illogic. That is what I'm trying to say. A thing that is not based on logic, is based on emotion, cannot be replicated. Replicated. That's why I don't like it when you're not basing your arguments in facts and in logic, because you don't have anything. You just have your feeling. You just have, "Oh, why do you think that?" "Oh, because I don't like the feeling." "Oh, because that makes me feel weird." I hate that. That shouldn't destroy a life of a very good comedian, a very awarded comedian, just because a judge feel liked it. It doesn't have any arguments for it.
no máximo convencê-lo da sua própria verdade. Isso pode trazer consequência para qualquer pessoa, mas no caso de um juiz, de uma juíza, pode trazer consequências gravíssimas. Eu vou citar alguns trechos da minha sentença e eu deixo para que vocês façam o julgamento por si só. Em um certo momento, a juíza fala: apesar de haver texto, edição, cenário, figurino e estar em um palco, parece-nos não se tratar de um personagem, e sim da pessoa a proferir discursos.
So the whole problem with that is basically the judge decided to ignore everything that composes an art piece, everything that composes a show, a, a, a theater play, a movie. She decided to ignore it. She literally said, "I know that you're in a costume. I know that you're have a script. I know that that's the show. I know that this is in a theater. I know that this is an art piece. Yeah, I don't care. What you're saying in your art piece is what you really think, and that's wrong. So that's why I'm going to put you in a jail for 8 years and pay like 2 million reais as a fine."
Eu te mostro a cabeça de um jacaré, o corpo de um jacaré, o rabo de um jacaré, e eu pergunto: que animal é esse? E você responde: é um camelo.
So that is a good analogy, because if you're literally, that is the thing, the judge literally said those things. So if I show you every single piece logically that you should take, what is this animal? If I show you a cat head, a cat body, and a cat tail, what is this animal? It's not a fucking dog, it's a cat. "Oh, but dogs and cats are similar." Yes, but it's not the same. It is. This is the main thing. This is the main problem. He made a joke out of it, saying that if I show you all the parts of an alligator, what is it? It's a fucking alligator, of course. But no, for the judge, is what the judge wants, and that is the problem with the judicial system. It's not more about what is right or wrong. It's what about I want it or don't. That is a huge problem.
Aí não adianta mais argumentar. Não importa o que eu fale ou o que eu mostre, você já decidiu antes de olhar. Em um outro trecho, ela fala: e por mais que tenha acontecido em um teatro, ao ir para o YouTube, saiu do teatro. Então, a partir de agora, se eu assistir um filme de romance, eu posso processar os atores do filme por atentado ao pudor, porque a cena romântica entre o casal não aconteceu mais no estúdio do cinema, e sim aqui na sala da minha casa.
He could have gone he could have gone so much harder on that point. For example, if someone kills somebody in a movie and now the movie is at my place, that means that somebody kills someone in the real life? Of course not. But for the judge rule, it is the yes. So what the thing is, by doing that, the judge creates a predecessor. Now, other people can be condemned because of this rule, using this rule as an example and just citing, say, oh, rule so and so such ruled that thing in our favor. So I'm gonna use it to stop more and more works of art that doesn't align with our principles. So you basically destroying the freedom of speech of so many artists because you don't agree with their point of view, because they're saying things that hurting you as a person. So if the judge didn't like the shows from Leolins and feel attacked as a person, that should not influence how she judges. She judges she should judge based on the law, not based on a fucking opinion.
Isso é de uma limitação cognitiva grave e preocupante. E em outra passagem ela fala: mesmo que fosse um personagem, ainda assim há crime. Aí
And that is the thing that I was telling before. So characters can commit crimes on series, on movies, on uh, plays. So now you can stop every single person and say you committed a crime because I saw it in a movie, in a play. What the fuck are you thinking of? How can you ever think that was a good call? How can you perform, create a fictional scenario and consider that a real crime? That's so absurd.
acabou. Porque se um personagem pode cometer um crime, agora dá para prender a atriz que faz a vilã da novela, o ator que faz o vilão no filme, numa série. Eu espero que os humoristas, que a classe artística, que as pessoas em geral entendam a gravidade de uma sentença como essa. Eu sei que muitos estão indignados com a minha condenação, alguns estão felizes, porque é isso que virou a nossa sociedade. Um coliseu romano onde cada grupo vibra quando um suposto adversário, às vezes nem é, cai ou é empurrado aos leões. E enquanto a plebe se mata, os imperadores assistem do camarote, invioláveis e intocáveis. Para que rumo está indo a nossa sociedade?
That is another thing because a couple of months before that judge ruled that thing, the government was passing through a huge scheme of literally stealing old people income. They were basically using the old people money to s- literally steal it. They took it and they didn't pay the money that we receive when you're stop working. I forgot the name. Um, like pension. They're stealing. They're literally stealing the pension plan for the elderly. And they after that news, everybody stopped talking about that thing. That thing has no consequences. The people who stole that money is still in power. Is still did not respond for nothing. They steal millions and millions and millions of dollars and didn't happen anything to them.
Os valores estão sendo invertidos, um olhar vira um estupro, uma piada, um discurso de ódio, e a corrupção vira o padrão.
And again, in nowadays, the society is having their values. Oh, the uh YouTube subtitles is really good. Is was basically one to one what the guy was saying. And the thing is, our values as a society are changing. We are making common things that shouldn't have not been. Like you said, oh, you look too long to a girl. Now you rape the girl? Of course not. Oh, you're making a joke, a crime. Where's your freedom of speech? You're making a hate speech. If you're censoring the freedom of speech is not to protect what you like to hear, it's to protect what you don't. That is the whole point of freedom of speech. And in Brazil, again, corruption becomes a norm. Um, Corruption, theft, and bad character is almost synonymous as political. If you're if you're working in a in a political spectrum on Brazil as a politician, if you work as a politician in Brazil, you're basically 90% of the time you're gonna steal something, or you're gonna make something illegal, or you're gonna take advantage of something. That's absurd.
A gente acostumou tanto com desvios de caráter que, quando estamos diante de uma virtude, ela vira digna de elogio. Não, esse prefeito é muito bom, esse aí nunca roubou, nunca se envolveu em corrupção.
Yes, and that is another literally thing that happens in Brazil. Everyone on the street was saying, "Oh, why you're voting on that guy? Do you like his ideas? Do you like his standards?" Oh no, I'm voting in him because he never stole any money from the community. Or I'm voting on that guy because he said that he gonna make things not worse of being there. A comedian becomes a deputy on a, a state because he said, "Oh, worse than this, it would never become." Yes, it will become because you're a damn politician that is a guy who doesn't know anything about politics.
Mas, mas isso era para ser a regra, não a exceção. Como é que a gente chegou aqui? Em parte, eu te digo, vestindo os vícios com um manto da moralidade. Usam esse manto há tanto tempo que às vezes nem percebem o erro. Durante o meu julgamento, em certo momento, o promotor de justiça me pergunta: você já parou para considerar que essas pessoas que estão aqui falando a seu favor, negros, gays, pessoas com deficiência, já parou para pensar que eles podem ser uma minoria dentro da minoria? E aí eu respondi: mas o objetivo desse processo não é justamente o respeito às minorias?
And that is the other thing that for me doesn't make sense on this reality. Uh, Nowadays on this society, nowadays everyone was saying, "Oh, you need to protect the minority." You need to help the poor guy who doesn't have anything, the poor black guy, the poor trans black woman that doesn't know anything, that doesn't have anything. And in the end, you're basically excluding them from the society, turning them as a thing that should not be touched, that is above, for example, a white male guy. That is absurd. We should have been, every single person should be the same. Every single person should have the same status and the same privileges and the same rights. You're not supposed to give more rights because a person has a different skin color or have a different ancestry or is a woman or is trans. That doesn't make sense. Oh, but they are attacking the society. Yes, but in other societies they are attacked as well. Yeah, but the other societies makes other rules. But it's still, you're not bridging the gap. You're not filling the gap if you continue to separate our race. Not just color race, but like separate men's than women's, separate whites than blacks, separate trans than cisgenders. Separating does not make society stronger. Makes society more manipulated. You can manipulate more easily because we as a population are divided. So you can easily cater or easily appeal to different demographics and win over them and convince them that you're right when in overall you're wrong. But since you're defending the minorities, you are the wrong person. uh, since you're defending the minorities, you're the right person, and the person who's attacking the minorities is the wrong person. But the thing is, what's happened if the minority becomes the majority? Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about racism against white. Nobody wants to talk about the trans women that is basically stealing women's medals and stealing women's positions. Nobody wants to talk about the ugly side of the virtue. Nobody wants to talk about how that is unsustainable in the society. Nobody wants to talk about the quotas that you need to fill in your company so you can receive more money from the government, or to be uh, more inclusive, creates more inclusivity on your companies. That doesn't make any sense. Instead of just trying to make harmony, they are disrupting the environment.
Você está me dizendo então que essa minoria é tão pequena que não merece respeito? Em que momento a nossa régua moral e jurídica passou a ser baseada em um número do IBGE? Isso, se é que era uma minoria. Pelo menos no meu julgamento, haviam mais minorias do meu lado do que contra, porque não levaram nenhuma. E mesmo assim, em nome da defesa das minorias.
That's another absurd. How the attacking side, the promoter, doesn't have any testimonies, and the guy who's defending has testimonies in his favor. And in the end, the judge ruled saying all of the people who stand with you, agreeing with you, are wrong. I'm the one who's representing the true minorities. I'm gonna judge you guilty.
Minorias,
It
a
doesn't make
juíza
sense.
ignora a opinião dessas minorias e determina que piada incentiva o crime, o ódio e o preconceito. Provavelmente, então, essas pessoas envolvidas no desvio de bilhões do INSS, coitados, às vezes
So this ENSS is basically the pension from is a governmental pension for the population.
eles só ouviram muitas piadas de idoso ou piadas de corrupção e aí estavam rindo, quando viram, roubaram. A culpa não é deles, a culpa é do riso. Aliás, criticam também pessoas que riem de determinadas piadas. Como é que pode rir disso? Olha, diferentes pessoas tem diferentes sensos de humor. Mas não, como é que tá rindo? Por que tá rindo? Quando a gente ri, nós liberamos endorfina, dopamina, neurotransmissores que fazem você se sentir bem. Eu não vejo problema nisso. Eu acho mais problemático quando, ao ouvir uma piada, a pessoa, ao invés de rir, reage com ódio. Como fizeram na França, ao invadir o prédio dos cartunistas e metralharam todos. Como fizeram no Afeganistão, onde sequestraram e executaram um comediante por causa de piada. Ou até em violências menores, como no caso do Will Smith, que deu um tapa na cara do comediante Chris Rock. Situação semelhante eu vivi aqui em São Paulo, parado na rua, tomei um soco na cabeça pelas costas.
That is the other thing. The people don't know how to separate things. If you don't like the comedy that was made, just don't laugh. Don't support. But don't try to do a cancel culture. Don't try to put the guy in jail just because he made another people laugh with a thing that you don't like. Laugh out of the bad omen of the other people, of the bad luck of the other people, of the another race, another gender, the weight. Again, if the joke is not for you, fine, but don't try to censor just because you don't like it.
Tem vários exemplos de agressão de pessoas que se irritam com a piada, mas não que riem com a piada. E ainda assim invertem essa lógica para fazer parecer que as pessoas que riem de determinadas piadas têm grande chance de cometer atos de ódio e de preconceito. Eu não vou ser hipócrita. Você pode falar, pô, mas então você quer afirmar que jamais alguém pode ouvir uma piada e ter uma atitude de agressão física ou psicológica? Eu não tenho como afirmar, mas se a pessoa fizer isso, que ela responda pelo crime que ela cometeu. Eu não posso jogar Street Fighter, agredir alguém e colocar a culpa no japonês que fez o jogo.
And that is the other thing. Uh, I know that is a crime in Brazil to incentivize crime. Like basically, if you said good things about crime, like organized crime, like oh, it's really good to have guns and shoot people because it makes me feel good. That is technically a crime. But that is the goes back to a point that I don't agree. The injuria crime is basically a crime when you're talking shit about other person. You're not lying to them. You're basically making fun of them. It's basically a crime in Brazil. Basically, you're attacking their morale or something. You're not saying illegal things. You're not saying, "Oh, you are a murderer." For example, you're not false testifying against them. You're just if a person is fat, you're just saying you're too fat that looks like you drink the ocean or something like that. I don't understand how you can convince people with another people's emotion. How can a judge rule saying, "Oh, you attack that feeling of that person, the person feeling bad because of the thing that you said. Now you need to pay money for it." For me, that's ridiculous because now I can feel bad about anything. And if I get a good judge that is in my favor, I'm probably gonna get money out of people that's not trying to offend me with anything. I'm tall and ginger. Someone's gonna walk to me and say, "Oh, you look like a carrot," and I say, "Okay, I'm gonna sue you because you defamate me. You're saying that I look like a carrot, and then I really don't like it. You hurt my feelings." And if I get a good judge, they can say, "Oh yeah, pay him $100,000 because you hurt him emotionally." What is the standards? How can you prove that I was emotionally damaged? That is not possible. That is for me the reason why you cannot do that. Because if you cannot demonstrate with logic, if you're not cannot demonstrate harm, you don't have any proofs.
Fazer isso e proibir o jogo vai impedir milhões de pessoas de se divertirem por causa de um idiota. E é isso que nós estamos fazendo, nivelando a sociedade pelo idiota. Concordar com sentenças como essa é assinar um atestado que nós somos adultos infantiloides sem a menor capacidade de discernir o que é bom ou ruim para nós e precisamos de um Estado falando do que você pode rir, o que você pode ouvir, o que você vai poder comer, o que você pode falar e até um dia o que você pode pensar. Por isso, eu agradeço muito a todos vocês que estão me apoiando. Agradeço aos colegas, familiares, aos humoristas, juristas, jornalistas.
I'm doing this video more to support his cause, more to show the absurd, the crazy thing that happened in Brazil than anything else. I'm here to probably this video is gonna take like nobody's gonna watch this video, even because it's a big one and it's a topic that is not important in the States. It's a topic that international speakers really don't care about, but is important to me. And I'm just doing that to show how absurd that thing happened.
Eu recebi milhões, milhares de mensagens. Confesso que foi acima da minha expectativa as pessoas que estão se posicionando a meu favor. E claro, a vocês, as milhões de pessoas que acompanham o meu trabalho. Eu sempre falo que vocês são muito importantes para mim e me dão força para continuar seguindo em frente. Muitas das vezes recebo mensagens que se tornam até mais pessoais, de pessoas falando que minhas piadas ajudaram a superar uma depressão, a perda de um ente querido, a superar uma enfermidade, como no caso de um rapaz que entrou em contato se voluntariando para depor a meu favor, porque ele disse que eu ajudei a salvar a vida dele e tatuou o símbolo do meu show em um corte que ele tem no pulso. Ainda bem que eu não estava preso, proibido de contar piadas nessa época. Eu agradeço muito. Mensagens como essa são muito gratificantes. Como eu sempre falo, a melhor piada do mundo sem alguém para rir não tem graça. A comédia é feita para o próximo. Por isso eu espero retribuir tudo isso em risadas. Eu tenho fé que no fim vai dar tudo certo, até porque se rir virou crime, o silêncio virou regra.
And that's again a very good way to show how uh, how wrong and how different things should have become in my country. How absurd it is. A comedian got 8 years in jail, have to pay a millionaire fine. That is why I'm here to talk with you guys. Ask to support him. Ask to send him love. Ask to, if you're 100% sure that that's not going to happen, but if you're in a position to make a change, make it happen, or at least try to talk with the people that you like, the people that are close to you, and try to change their view, as I did with my friend, as I tried to did with my friend. I still didn't get there yet, but I'm trying my best. Try to show how absurd is this rule and how this could never go on. How this should never happen again. How he's unfair and unreasonable a thing to happen. And again, thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, please leave me down below. If you have any other video that you want me to react and want me to talk about it, you can link it in the comments below as well. And I see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.